Hey y'all, it's Jennifer Farr Davis, and it's mid-April, April 13th. I know that our family has been in coronavirus quarantine or self-isolation now for a month, and I know that for a fact because we just got our notification that our Netflix free 1 month subscription is coming to an end, and we're trying to decide if we want to re-up and pay for it because we don't know how much longer we're going to be in this world of quarantine or self-isolation. And I think it's been extra challenging this week because it feels sort of like a midway point. Like we've all been in this together now for several weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks of just being at home and not seeing our family and not seeing our friends. And I think we're starting to see this like light at the end of the tunnel that maybe we're past the peak of the worst numbers, and theoretically regulations could start to loosen in a few weeks or a month. I know in our state we have till the end of April a shelter in place order that could be extended, and north of us in Virginia, their shelter in place extends, I think, all the way through May. So basically right now it feels like we are midway and kind of stuck. And it makes me think of hiking long trails. And the midpoint's always like weird and sort of tough. I remember the first time I hiked the AT and I got to Pennsylvania. And then on one hand, I was like, yes, I am amazing. This is awesome because I've hiked 1,000 miles. Like that's hard. That's tough. I was proud of that. Side note on the Appalachian Trail at the halfway mark, it's a tradition, you could say. Hikers like to try to eat a whole half-gallon of ice cream by themselves. So that's another fun thing to look forward to. And that was all good. But then on the other hand, I was like, oh no. Like, oh no, because the past 1,000 miles had been so hard and so challenging and felt like it had taken everything I had to get that far. And I still had over 1,000 miles left to go. And everyone had told me that the last part, the northernmost part of the Appalachian Trail, is the toughest. And so that's sort of how I feel emotionally right now with COVID and coronavirus. What we've done has been hard. Like, we have young children, and I've applied for all the federal stimulus money I can to support our small business, which is closed during this time. And it's been hard. It's challenging to pivot. It feels like we don't have any time on our own because our young kids are always needing us and our resources aren't here. And I miss the option of seeing friends and family. And so it's just been hard, and I'm proud and grateful for how far we have come, and I'm a little intimidated, and feels daunting to look ahead and know how much more we have of this. And so on the trail, what I do, which I'm trying to implement in my home life now, is I just try to not look too far ahead and set short-term goals. So when I was in Pennsylvania, if I thought about walking all the way to Maine, I was like, there's no way, I can't do it. It's too far. It's been too hard already. But when I thought about walking to New Jersey, I was like, well, okay, like I'm going to eat my half-gallon of ice cream and maybe I can make it to New Jersey. And that's what in our household we're looking at. We're looking at like short-term goals and activities and mileposts that are within sight. So things that we can do this week and things that we can look forward to together, instead of trying to mentally process how much longer this is going to take. So I have hiking friends. Some are like to say you can always take one more step. One in particular said, I can always go 2 more miles. Like no matter where I'm at, if you tell me I have to go 2 more miles, I can go 2 more miles. And I know that it's easier to pace yourself when you know how far you have to go, which is part of the problem with Corona is we don't know. We don't know how far we have to go. We don't know when this is going to end. But I encourage everyone to make short-term goals and meet those mileposts, and then look up and look ahead again and make another short-term goal, because it creates something that's long and intimidating into actionable steps that we can all reach, and we can all get to, I don't know about Maine, but we can get to the next tree or up the next mountain or up the next milepost. So keep going. We got this. We're in it together, and you can make it to the next state. And hopefully we can too. All right. Thanks. Bye.